Hi guys, welcome back. I am getting ready to construct my December daily album. I did decide to cut off the covers and I am going to be doing a 3-inch spine. I kind of judged it based on some of the other December daily albums. It's probably a little bigger than I need since this album or this particular journal is going to be a little bigger than what I normally use. Normally it's like a 6x8, but I figured just because of the bulk and stuff, I thought I would just stick with the 3-inch spine. And then I did decide on this particular fabric for the outside, and I think I'm going to do this on the inside, although I did get a couple more votes for this particular fabric. So I may do that on the inside. I'm not quite sure. So anyway, I'm going to be working on the outside first. I don't want to cover up all of this part of the book, so I do want to make sure that I don't overlap too much. But I think this is a really cute fabric and I want to make sure this is on the cover. So I'm trying to decide, I think I'm going to do this straight onto the spine of this particular piece here. It is a chipboard piece. I did cover it in some brown paper. The chipboard seems to peel pretty easily, so I thought covering it with the brown paper would kind of help it, like the integrity of it, and this stick a little better. And then hopefully the glue won't show through. Although this is a pretty thin fabric, you can kind of see through it. I'm not sure if you can kind of see that on camera or not, but I'm trying to decide if I want to actually sew another like a liner on the inside. I think that might actually be not a bad idea, just like a regular kind of like a fabric like this as a liner, obviously a bigger piece. That way the glue won't show through as well, and then it probably will just hold its integrity a bit more. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go grab some fabric and stitch some fabric onto this particular spine, and then I'll be back. Okay, I am back, and I did a stitching all the way around the red fabric, and I used just this kind of cream color fabric as the backing. So I just did a zigzag stitch. It's a little hard to see because I did red on red, but you can see it on the back. It's just black. This is going to be covered. You're not going to see this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this spine piece to the spine of the journal like this. And then I'm going to add the two covers like this on the book. So that's how it's all going to kind of come together. I'm going to go measure it up and everything like that, make sure it's all good, and then I will be back. I'm basically literally just going to glue the cover onto this piece, and then this is going to end up folding over like this for a decorative edge, but I will put a lining in here first before I glue this over like that. So I'll be right back. All right, I have the cover or the spine piece glued on now, so you can see that this is all glued on. It does pucker a little bit, but once I sew in the signatures, because I will have exposed kind of signatures here, this will lay a lot flatter. And actually, when you close the book, it does lay flatter and doesn't pucker as much either. So now I'm going to work on the inside. I want to add the liner fabric in first before I glue these flaps over. So I just grabbed a piece of this fabric. I decided on this one. I thought I didn't want to line it because I didn't want to create too much bulk. And I thought this would hide the glue a little bit better than this one. I thought that the red was going to show the glue too much, and I didn't want that to happen. So I decided on using this piece of fabric instead. And I wanted to trim it just a little shy or a little bit taller than where these flaps are going to come down. So I marked it here and here. And then I'm just going to add this fabric in here. That way it overlaps. And then the edges are about the same. So I'm going to just make sure that I glue this down so that the edges here line up. And then I'm going to do it like that, I think. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing. Let me see if I like it better with it on top. I might do it on top, actually. I don't know. Not sure what I like better. Cut it a little short to be on top, but it might be a cleaner look. I might end up putting it on top there instead. Let's see. Yeah, I might actually do that instead. I might put it on top of this one. That might look a little cleaner. Yep. I think actually that's what I'm going to do instead. Because I didn't go, if I went all the way, sorry, I'm just kind of thinking, decide what makes sense. If I went all the way up, maybe. No, I think I am going to put this on top. Okay, so I'm going to glue these flaps down then first, and then I will glue this on top, and then this will be finished. So I'll be right back. All right, I am back. I was able to get the liner on. I ended up doing it larger than the other side. I thought it would look a little bit nicer. So I had that all down. I did do some stitching. Again, you probably can't see it, but I did some stitching all the way around the edge. I thought it was just kind of nice and help it from fraying, although it is glued down, so it probably shouldn't fray, but I thought it still was kind of nice, so I wanted to add a little bit of extra texture. So I did that all around, and then I just lined the inside here, and then the outside has the bow fabric. You can see the stitching here. I did use black on the underside thread, but it's fine. I think it still matches just fine. No one's really going to notice. And I kind of like how this kind of peeks out here. Even though you can see the back of the fabric, I don't think it looks bad. So this is kind of what it's going to look like. It is a pretty thick book, thicker than I really wanted to do. But again, I was a little bit worried about it bulking up, and I didn't want to bulk up too much. So I'd rather go bigger and then not fill it so much than to go smaller and then it be like a huge like gator mouth. So that's why I ended up doing it like that. So it is kind of big. It's probably like one of the sizes, one of those actual like binder cookbooks. So anyway, yeah, I really like how this spine turned out. So the next thing for me to do is to add in the pages. I have all of my pages kind of picked out and started. So I ended up taking several pages from the actual book, and I ended up hinging them together with just some coffee dyed paper. So you can kind of see here, this is just the coffee dyed paper that I cut into like a, it was like a 3/4 inch strip, and then I just glued the inside, and you can see that there's still the spine pieces where the holes were. I left that in so I got the full length of the page, since it was ring bound or like spiral bound. So I did that. I did about, I think 20-ish pages, so it's 10 full like pull apart like this. So I did that. I also found this envelope in my stash, which I thought was cute, so I was going to probably add that in as a pocket. I have this envelope, which I thought looked kind of nice, again, just in the spine, and then I can tuck things in either the front or the other sides. And then I had my 49th in Maine paper. So I ended up pulling out, I think it was 6 pages. And so I did a variety of different things with them. On this one, I just did it folded in half. So this will hinge in. This will be the hinge right here. Here I did very similar things, so it just opens this way. This one's the same. Some of them I did different widths too. You can see this one is a little bit skinnier than this one. And then I did a couple with pockets. So I did pockets like this. So I have not haired them, but I can do that later on. And I did keep the branding strip because on the other side it was a full color. So I ended up doing that here. I did another pocket with this one. I just really like this green with this on the background. And then I did one more pocket like this. And then this one I did the pocket on the skinnier side on one side and then the fatter side on the other. So that's how I did that. I had this piece of music paper that was already put into a pocket shape, so I was going to use that. And then I hinged a bunch of different random papers together. This is a dictionary page with some vintage, just ruled paper. I had this one, I think this is from, oh, I can't remember her name. Oh, I can't think of it right now. But anyway, it was December, so I thought it was perfect, so I added that in. This is a very, very old Christmas Carol page. I did some repair work on it, and then I hinged it to some music paper. And this music paper is very strong. It is vintage, but strong. I have 2 of these pieces of ledger kind of paper, and I thought the color went nice with the album. Here's another music page that I hinged on some of this paper. This is like a, I don't know, like a resume kind of paper, so it's got kind of a modeling look to it. I'm not sure if you can tell that on the camera. And then I had some tea-dyed pages with some printable kind of tea-dyed pages. This has a little bit of color into it, so I thought that was pretty. This one is just kind of plain, but again hinged, another one of those printable tea-dyed papers. Here is another one with some pink in it, attached to a ledger page. This one is attached to a calendar page that says December. And then I have some of the straw paper, which is super pretty, and I thought would look nice in here. Again, another one of those ledger pages. This one is music page. This is a vellum piece of music page. That's Silent Night, and it hinges. And of course, these are obviously way too long for the book. I didn't know what exactly I was going to do, if I was going to fold them up or I trimmed them off, but I decided to keep them long until I put them in the album. And you can see some of these hinges I actually did some decorative punching on. So I don't know, I did a couple of them with the decorative punching. So this one also has the decorative punching. This one too. I think that might be it. I think the rest of these are just regular. Yeah, the rest of it's just regular. So anyway, that is what I am going to be doing for the pages. So I am going to figure out where I want to put each one. I'll put them in different piles and then make 5 signatures. So I haven't decided exactly how many pages are going to be in each signature. I'm just going to divide up these pages into 5 piles and see what works the best. I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I have it all done now. I have put all 5 signatures in. So you can see I did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch here on the spine. I decided to use black. I thought it coordinated really nicely with the fabric. And the other ones, even though they were a little bit lighter in color, I just thought they stood out a little bit too much. So I decided to just go with the black instead of the like creamy color ones. So this is the front cover. Everything is glued on. And then when you open the book, you have pages in here, and you can see that I glued in the spine fabric. I end up using the scallop one. I can't remember if I showed that earlier or not, but I did end up going with the scallops. And then I added in all of my signatures. So I'm going to quickly flip through this just so you can get an idea. Right now it's not laying super flat just because I just put all these pages in. I think I need to train it a little bit, and I think as I use it, it will get a little flatter. Although when I'm putting stuff in it, obviously there's going to be stuff that gets added to it. But I'll just flip through it kind of quickly so you can kind of see how it came together. This is the 49th in Maine paper. I have some straw paper. I have tea-dye paper, some vintage book pages. These are pages from the actual cookie cookbook, music pages, and all that. So basically, this is what it looks like. Obviously, it has no embellishments or anything. I literally just put the pages in. Like I said, I have 5 signatures. I'm going to decide whether I want to keep these flaps and sew them down or glue them down, or if I'll take them off. But yeah, this is kind of how it turned out. I think this is going to be really cute. I'm super excited to use it with everything going on about a week more, and then we'll be able to start using it. So December, I think December is on Thursday, December 1st. Today is Saturday when I'm filming this. So yeah, I think it turned out super cute. I added the envelope here. This one can close up. I'm just leaving it open for the time being. Lots of fun pages. I think there's lots of good places for journaling. I'll probably end up covering up some of these pages that have more writing with photos, or I might do some mixed media paint on them. I'm not quite sure yet, but definitely has a lot of opportunity for different things for the pages. And I like these kind of 70s look. Now, the collection I'm using is a little bit more of a vintage looking collection, like vintage meaning like older than like the 70s or 60s or whatever this is. But I still think it's going to look nice with the album. It's a nice mix of kind of just eclectic look. And I really like this 49th in Maine paper. It's super cute. So yeah, like I said, 5 signatures. I think I ended up being about 40 pages. I counted them roughly. And I think it's about 40 something pages in here. And there is quite a bit of pages. So I have a feeling I might use this over 2 years. It just depends on how much I bulk it up. Not all the pages may be used. I may skip some pages just so I can kind of get throughout the whole album. I'm just kind of trying to decide how I'm going to do that. It'll probably just depend on how many photos I take and what we all do this season. So depending on how that goes, will probably determine how I end up using this album, if it's going to be over this season period, or if it'll end up being over the a year or two. So yeah, so this is it, getting to the end here, and then this is the back page. So it turned out really nice. I really like how it came out. It is kind of floppy right now, but it will bulk up and it will end up staying so it doesn't fall over like this, just because when I put stuff in it, it will. But I think having the spacing like this with the 5 signatures is really going to help and allow me to get stuff in here. And then you can see here right now, it's definitely not gator mouth, and it really has the opportunity to get this big. So I think I got a lot of room to grow. So that's going to be perfect. So thanks a lot. Hopefully you'll see some more videos up here soon once we get into December and start creating with each day. And yeah, I will see you back here soon. Bye, guys.